Rivers have always been the life source of towns and cities. In the past, people settled near rivers for easy access to water, trade and transport. Today, they continue to shape urban life, offering scenic views, vibrant communities and moments of calm amidst the city rush. We were curious to see what stories the Singapore River still holds and set out to explore the life that flows along its banks. Welcome to Wonderlust.
We are at the start of the Singapore River, the source, kind of the source that we know of. There is another drain kind of in that direction that's not as nice looking. We're going to start here at the Alexandra Canal. This is home, truly, where the river always flows. This is the river, and we're going to see how it flows, where it starts, the Singapore River, from the source to the sea, kind of the sea.
Yep.
Marina Barrage has changed the sea to reservoir, so from canal to reservoir. Come join us, we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, let's go.
As I said, the source is back there, underneath here. Actually, there's some roadworks over there where you can't see the drains anymore. And we understand that there is a drain closer towards where Commonwealth is, all the way back that way, where the source really is. However, lots of different drains flow into this canal, into the Alexandra Canal. And so this is kind of the source. I mean, if you're to Google the source of the Singapore River, one of the sources says it's a bridge in that direction that we will take you to soon. But also some of them say it's here. And then if you look and research a little bit deeper, there's lots of different canals that lead this way. Interestingly, this source and the river that always flows, is kind of flowing, I guess. But at the other end, it is now stopped off and we are... it's barricaded, so the whole thing is fresh water. Once upon a time, obviously the sea water would flow through and there would be a moment somewhere where the seawater and the fresh water would connect.
No.
Guys, this is Chase.
No, I'm not good.
If you've seen our food channel, Chase is on the food channel eating Peranakan food. He looks better. He's got his arms out now. He looks like this. But he's got this quote, and he wants everyone to know.
No, I don't want.
Name in the comments below. Where is the? Go on, do it. Go on. We're ready.
I can't do it.
You can
put that.
You have to do it. You can put it in there. Come on, Chase. You've got this. You've got this. Go.
Do you belong to the Turtle Club? Turtle. Gosh.
If you know, we don't know. If you know that, put it in the comments below. We're lost.
Along the river, there's all of these like little balcony bits, I guess, that kind of poke out onto the river. They're all covered, which give a nice bit of shade. It is a hot day today, but yeah, you can kind of get in these little pockets of shade, which is really nice. There's some schools nearby, so you can hear a music lesson going on, I think. But yeah, really, really lovely walk. Loads of different cool buildings around, and yeah, just going in and out of the shade is really nice.
So we've just come to a little Fair Price Express, which is quite helpful because I've been a bad parent and didn't bring any water for my kids, and they're getting hot and it is warm. So we're just going to pop in and see what we've got and what we can cheer the kids up with because they're feeling grumpy about the heat.
And I'm out of water.
Oh, he brought water and he's out. Okay. +0. For the kids. All done, and we're off again down the Singapore River.
This is Zion Road Hawker Centre. It is buzzing any time of the day that you come here. We recently came here actually. We were staying at Great World Service Apartments. We were blessed to have a night there, so you can check that out. And if you didn't know, we also have a food channel. All things food in Singapore that we go over to all over and go and eat. It's a tough job, but someone has to do it. We came here and the food here is really, really good. At night it's beautiful. You can walk along here, so you could come and do this walk and then eat here and yeah, have some good food and a good walk.
Nothing better than iced coffee on a day like this where it's hot. And on a day where it's cooler, it's nothing quite like just having coffee. And mornings when you're tired, there's something like having coffee. And then in the evenings after dinner, it's just always nice to settle down with a coffee. This canal is absolutely beautiful to walk along, but just imagine what it'd be like to live down here. I mean, maybe you already know what it's like to live down here, but I don't. We're just looking at the whole place and there's apartments on this side, there's apartments on that side. Whether they're condos or HDBs, they're absolutely beautiful. And just to be able to look over this canal is just stunning, and it feels peaceful here. Traffic is distant, I'd say. It's not non-existent, it's distant. And it is just a lovely place to be. I don't think I've travelled down here a couple of times on a bike, but I've never really appreciated just how lovely it is down this road. Enjoying it very much. The white buildings in this area just look absolutely beautiful in the sunshine, and in this weather set upon the blue skies, it just looks gorgeous. We're just going underneath an underpass which is under the road that's above us, and then we're going to head on to see where else we can find along this park connector, along this river, should I say, along the Singapore River.
Jonty was just talking about the underpass, and it is actually the Kim Seng Bridge, which is marked as the official source. So if you wanted to do like a slightly shorter route, you could start from here instead, pick up a nice coffee along the way and then walk along from here. So yeah, we did go back a little bit and added a little bit extra, and yeah, really lovely walking along here. This side is more shaded, which is nice. There's a bit of a breeze coming through. We've noticed there's lots of construction work going on, so maybe some new condos and things. So lots coming up in this area, which I always think is quite exciting.
They're fighting over a fish.
There is a whole other side of Singapore's nightlife that Jonty and I just haven't really yet explored. All the restaurants. I mean, I think our clubbing days are well and truly over, that's for sure. But like nighttime restaurants and things like that, I guess, you know, we've got the kids, you know, we don't want to leave them at home by themselves in the evenings. They're not quite old enough for that yet for us. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to see that kind of Singapore as well. So it's nice to come and walk past them in the daytime anyway, and yeah, check out what's still on offer when we do start going out in the evening a little bit more when the kids are older.
Like, I'm not a materialist kind of guy. If it's the
We've just crossed over to the south side of the river again just to enjoy the view from this side. Opposite, we've got Toby's Estate Coffee. Millie and I were in Australia just a couple of weeks ago and went to one of Toby's Estate things over there. And we said, oh, we've got Toby's Estate in Singapore. And I said, yeah, this is where it all starts. So it was nice to be able to go to the OG. But there's some more over there. They do good coffee. And we're next to the Warehouse Hotel. If you're watching it and you're from there, let us know. We'd love to come and stay. And we're going to continue down the river. This is just beautiful. It's starting to get a bit more of a hustle and the bustle. Starting to see a few more people around the place. It's really nice. We're actually standing on the site of Pulau Saigon, which is one of the old Singapore islands. I don't know if you know, Singapore was made up of 64 different islands, and this is one of them, Chase.
Oh, okay.
And it has been kind of reconnected with the rest of the mainland, but here there used to be like a dump site. It was swampy. They used to have cows were slaughtered here. We don't have any cows anymore, but that would happen all right here, which is why a bit further up there's a bridge called Pulau Saigon Bridge, named after this island that we're on now, which is called Pulau Saigon, but now it just looks like part of everything else. But a really, really nice fact to know if you're walking along this way, right next to the Alcaf Bridge. We have passed through Robertson Quay and now have come to Clarke Quay. For those who don't actually, I should walk backwards so you can see it a bit better. But Clarke Quay is over here. It is the main area for nightlife in Singapore. If you're not someone who's here, there's a lot of nightlife that happens here. There's bars, there's clubs, there's restaurants, there's some great things. If you're looking for something that's a little bit lower budget, this is not your place to come, but it is a really beautiful place. There's all these wonderful bum boats here. Very, very traditional, kind of like saipan boats that have now been, the engines have been taken out and they're now electric. They're super quiet boats, and at night time they have lights that go on as well, which is really, really cool. But this is a really lovely place to walk during the day as well, not just nighttime. Obviously nighttime it will look very different. For a start it'll be dark, but also there will be lights up, you'll be able to hear music playing, there'll be loads more people around here. But during the day it's a really, really beautiful place to be and to hang out. It's kind of peaceful, particularly with the contrast of what it's like in the nighttime. It really feels chill over here. And yeah, there's a few bars and cafes that are open where you can just sit out with this beautiful view over here. One of the things I love about this area is just how much history is steeped in these buildings that are around me. These colourful ones behind were warehouses for building materials and different foods and spices that would have come in. Back in the spice trade, as boats would come through the Singapore River and stop off here, and I love that they still have them, they still preserve them, but now they're bars and clubs and restaurants and such things over there, which is just beautiful. I love that they've kind of given them iconic bright colours, and it feels very bright and happy and very prominent in this area as well. We're just on the side of the river, but it's a pretty cool place to stand because there's so many cool places you can see. Like behind us, the old police station that is now filled with all the different colourful windows, and then you've got the river right here. If you just go further around, you've got the bridge. Over here you can see the Parliament House, Marina Bay Sands in the distance. So it's a pretty cool place to just be. And if you're here at exactly the right time, you get to see Chase. Also.
Behind me you have Clarke Quay and the CBD district. We loads of banking, things like that. There is one of the buildings that Jonty's mum used to work in when they lived here, which is pretty cool. We always like coming to see that, and kind of Jonty could point out her window as well. But yeah, the river behind me used to be completely gross. It was where all of the boats would come in and all of the trading would be done and things like that. I've seen older photos and it looks incredible. I could just imagine the noises, the sound, like the smells and everything like that going on as people were kind of trying to get their produce and things as everything trading came up. But then Singapore decided that the river needed a clean-up, and it was actually closed and cleaned over 10 years. And then the trading didn't come back to this area, but all the shophouses and things have kind of been changed over to bars and restaurants, and it's been turned into an entertainment area, which is really nice. Again, I've been to a couple of the places down there. Went to a sake bar with Junti's cousin a long time ago. That was pretty fun. But yeah, again, like I said earlier, it would be nice to kind of check out the nightlife around here at some point. And yeah, this is just a really lovely walk. Tourists coming up and down, some locals as well. The breeze from the water is really lovely, and there's definitely no smell around here anymore.
Just off the river is this old Parliament House. It's the original Parliament House of Singapore, and it is Singapore's oldest building of all, which is beautiful. We have been inside for a concert a few months ago, which was really, really special, and you can go in and still see that the benches where Parliament would have happened is all still there. Just a little bit further, just now when Chase and I were crossing the bridge, we could see the current Parliament House all dressed up in red at the moment, ready for National Day. But we're heading a little bit further towards the beautiful Fullerton Hotel, which would be the mouth of the river, of the Singapore River, and towards its end, which is where we'll also end this episode. Yeah. Would you look at this? Some days I feel like I'm seeing Singapore with fresh eyes all over again. And today's one of those days. It is a beautifully warm, sunny day. Not too humid. It is hot, but it's not too humid. It's just beautiful. And look at this city. Look at the way that the river just opens out into this iconic yet beautiful skyline. And Chase and I were just saying how calm it feels over here, how in some areas of some big cities it can feel really kind of oppressive and busy, but here it just feels really, really chill and calm and peaceful, and we're very grateful to be living here. So yeah, this is where the Singapore River kind of opens out. We're heading towards the marina where it continues into what would have been its sea journey, but it is now a huge reservoir, which we'll show you in just a few moments. The Fullerton Hotel is behind me. It's a great fact to know that the Fullerton Hotel is actually a purpose-built post office, which has become government offices and now an absolutely stunning hotel. A few little things I really, really want to say about the Fullerton Hotel that you may or may not care about, but I want to tell you. Anyway, firstly is that my grandma used to work in there when it was a government building, which is a really, really cool thing for me. It makes me feel very connected to this space, but also the first time I went for a meal in there, actually the only time I've been for a meal in there, was for part of a charity that I'm involved in called Care for Children. And so I'd love it if you would take your time to go and check that out, careforchildren.com. That's all I'm going to say about it, but it's a special thing to me, and I'd appreciate you checking it out. The Anderson Bridge over here was built in 1910, and I just find it amazing. It was actually built overseas in Britain, and then it was shipped over here and then built and put here, which I think is cool. But I also think about what it's seen over the years. 1910, that's over 115 years, which I think is really cool. And right now they've got the lights set up for the F1, which is coming up in October, and it's getting ready for everything like that. But what this bridge has seen over the years, the way that the Singapore River once upon a time was used as a transport way for materials to be able to come in to help build this nation, and now it's very much a very touristy spot, and everything in between, I guess. And so it's impressive to be able to see, and impressive to know what it has, what it's viewed and what it's witnessed over the years, and it's just great. We're going to walk over it now.
We have reached the Merlion. It's behind me. I am getting covered in water, but who cares? It's nice and refreshing. I always love this area. It's so busy. And from coming along the source where it's really quiet, coming along here where there's loads of like hustle and bustle, there's tourists here, but bikes, it's slight chaos, but I really, really love everyone enjoying here. We've got Marina Bay Sands behind me, which is actually all on reclaimed land. And so following all the way along to now coming to this area and knowing about the bits of history along the river on the way, I just find really exciting, and I hope you have too. We're hoping to do a few more of these Source to See. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Like, send it to someone, and we'll see you soon. Bye!